I give the floor to the ambassador of the Russian Federation, Vassily.
Thank you, Mr. President. We would like to thank the Special Envoy of the Secretary General, Mr. Geir Pedersen. We would like to thank him for his report and share many of the views expressed in the report. Russia is undertaking active measures in order to move forward the political process and to restore trust amongst the conflicting Syrian sides. There is intensive work conducted within the Astana format together with Iran and Turkey in interaction with the Special Envoy and in coordination with the government of the Syrian Arab Republic and the opposition. On the 25th and 26th of April, there was the 12th International Meeting on Syria in Nur Sultan. At the end of it, there was a joint statement made by the guarantor countries. I would like to say to the distinguished representative of the United States, we are not the so-called guarantor countries. We are the guarantor countries of the Astana process. We have distributed that statement today as an official document of the Security Council. The Astana Troika reiterated its constant commitment to the sovereignty, independence, unity, and territorial integrity of the Syrian Arab Republic and to the goals and purposes of the UN Charter. And in this context, it was pointed out that the Golans, in line with the Security Council Resolution 497, remain a Syrian territory occupied by Israel. Special attention was paid to the situation in the Idlib de-escalation area where tensions remain. The fighters from the Hayat Tahrir al-Sham group have intensified their attacks on the dislocations of the armed forces of the Syrian Arab Republic, and at the same time, they are attempting to reformat the so-called modern opposition and join in the groups in Idlib into one armed group under their lead. Fighting terrorist organizations, which are terrorist according to the Security Council, is something that we need to continue, and the guarantors are determined to fully implement the agreements on stabilizing Idlib. A new exchange of opinion on the northeast of Syria took place in Nur Sultan, and it was acknowledged that stability and security in this region can only be possible on the basis of sovereignty and territorial integrity of the country, abandoning separatist plans which undermines the national security of Syria and neighboring countries. In the trilateral format, as well as together with Peterson, we had thematic consultations aimed at speeding along the launching of the Constitutional Committee. This will enable us to provide a start to the viable process of settling the Syrian crisis. We are also optimistic as regards the finalizing preparatory work on this track. We conducted the 8th meeting of the working group on releasing the detainees and hostages and transferring the bodies of the perished and continued for searching for the missing people. We welcome the successive operations to release the forcibly detained in November 2018 and April 2019, altogether 82 people. This is a unique contribution in starting to build trust between the Syrian sides. We continue being optimistic as regards to future development in the Syrian Arab Republic. It's obvious to everyone that as this is being normalized, doing away with the hotbeds of terrorism and returning the country to peaceful life, what is coming to the fore is recovery and humanitarian assistance. Humanitarian assistance needs to be extended to all Syrians throughout the country without putting forward preconditions. We're very happy that finally the United States delegation is of concern of the fate of those people who are in the Rukban camp, and this is something that we've been calling for a long time. We also call on everyone to join in with the efforts to resettle the people from that camp, which is something that unfortunately the United States have been objecting to for a long time. Once again, we call upon people to understand that the unilateral sanctions introduced by a number of Western countries are harmful. This worsens the humanitarian situation of the country. Ordinary people are suffering, and it is to a large extent because of these restrictions that we're witnessing a fuel crisis in Syria. Syria is one of the key states in the Middle East, an inalienable part of the Arab world. It is not possible to artificially take it out of the regional context in order to serve a very narrow-sized, politicized positions. We're therefore in favor of returning Damascus into the Arab family as quickly as possible. This will help with restoring the Arab harmony and will improve the situation in the Middle East. I think that I can speak on behalf of all the partners of the Astana format, and they will agree with me when I say that we're open to an open interaction without anything going on behind the scenes. We note that in the course of the meeting of Nur Sultan, the Troika agreed to invite the neighboring countries, Iraq and Lebanon, to join in the Astana process as observers. We call on everyone who is truly interested in having peace return to Syria to become constructively involved in our efforts. Together, we will be able to help end the war and focus on the political process and national reconciliation. I thank you.
I thank the ambassador of the Russian Federation for his statement, and